That's who runs these plutonomies right now is corporations. These are all modern plutonomies, and they're all run by corporations. The same. And look, Australia right here. All right, let's tie this. Let's bring this local to Atlanta. It's a corporation that everybody loves. Park Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Where's our money go when you pay a parking ticket?
It goes to Australia.
Goes to Australia. Sydney, Australia.
I'm not paying it. I'm not paying.
Same here. It's owned by a company called Duncan Solutions, which is based in, I think, Minnesota. And then that's owned by a couple of financial groups which are based in Sydney. And one of them is Capital Wealth Management's run by 3 guys. One of them's from, I think one of them might have been from Citigroup. One of them's from Lehman Brothers, former Wall Street guys. So 1% billionaires running some wealth management fund that owns Park Atlanta. So that's where all that money is going that you pay when you don't even, park illegally and they fine you anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just want to confirm that Sydney-based company, if it's a public company, that means it's in turn owned by shareholders all around the world.
Which means that, of course, executives aren't getting paid very much because they're just going to fork that dividend out to shareholders.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's how it works. You think about it, we have a private company dictating our traffic policy. Yeah, isn't that the role of government?
Yeah, dude.
Isn't that the role of government?
And they're doing this in cities all over the country.
And then they're gonna put it on your credit.
In Chicago, they gotta go to have a parade. They gotta go ask the corporations if they can use the streets. Not even joking. And corpocracy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That's sad. I've never looked at it like that, and that really frightens me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're living in messed up times, and we don't even see it because we're surrounded by so many advertisements that tell you everything's fine. Just buy this product and run through this polleny field that won't even make you sneeze. All dreamlike. And
that's something that nobody from either side. You're not gonna hear Kasim Reed mention that. You're not gonna hear Mary Norwood mention that. You're not gonna hear anybody from Atlanta City Council where they lean politically. They're not gonna talk about this. I mean, that's a deep issue. That's something that somebody needs to look into and make some noise about, because I mean, I have a problem with that.
It's
hard. Everybody, if you want to find a company that people hate without even knowing how evil it is, when you could get down to it and see where your money's going, Park Atlanta.
It's not because at least if I get a parking ticket in DeKalb County, it's going to go to fund my county government. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing. No, they make they make like $20 million in profit or something crazy. I looked at the numbers, and that was even before. I mean, that was before I'd been downtown too much. That was before the occupation started and stuff. And I saw them expanding then on the street that the occupation was on. I saw them building where I used to park, dude. It's now a pay spot. So I mean, they're expanding by hundreds, by the thousands, getting more and more money that should be going to the city, but the city says it's more efficient. Like, no, this is not more efficient. This is madness.
Who signed off on that? Was that Atlanta City Council?
Yeah.
Atlanta City Council.
When did that happen?
Did anybody contact?
2007, I think, is when it started.
Anyone on that?
This is under what's his name?
Franklin.
Shirley Franklin was mayor. Wow.
And I held her purse one time when she was giving a speech. I am.
Yeah, I know, right? And I mean, but Kasim was her boy.
All right,
so Kasim ran a campaign and she endorsed him.
Let me get back into these memos. I want to talk about these plutonomy memos again by Citigroup, because these were really interesting to go and reread, especially in the context of the post-Occupy world, as I'm going to call it right now. Because for one, they use the term, they talk about the 1% a lot, and even the way they put it, I couldn't help but thinking that they were referring to Occupy, but this was from 2005, 2006. I remember when it was leaked then, so this was way before then. But they were talking about the 1%, and probably before even Joseph Stiglitz and anybody.
So they were talking about it before. So they were doing the whole class warfare thing before.
And they were wait till you hear just wait till you hear some of this. Let me just quote some of this. All right, here's asset booms. A rising profit share and favorable treatment by market-friendly governments have allowed the rich to prosper and become a greater share of the economy in plutonomy countries. Basically, one of the main things they argue in a lot of this is that we shouldn't worry about income inequality. It's really all about income inequality, and they're saying that it's basically a good thing, that the rich people buy so much and spend so much compared to, they don't. It's basically arguing that they don't save that much. The amount that they spend is going to outweigh what the average consumer spending it would spend, so we should give more money to the rich. So plutonomy is not a bad thing, and you need to look to invest in companies that rich people are going to purchase from, because that's the future of the economy, and that's basically what these memos are all about. It's like an investment strategy in investing in plutonomy.
Yeah,
But I thought the general idea...
I got my money invested into luxury hotels, so I guess...
luxury.
So I guess I'm doing the right thing right now with my profit sharing.
Former labor secretary, forget his name. He was under Bill Clinton. But
Robert Reich?
Exactly, thank you. So his claim is that the middle class does spend, there should be good data on this, but that the middle class does spend more than the wealthy. So I'm not even sure that that's
the data
factually
no, that's a
accurate
fact.
claim.
No, the data on that is everywhere. Middle class people spend a higher portion of their income. Wealthier people save more of their income.
Exactly.
But it's just that because that they see the United States is a plutocracy, they know that the income's not going to go to the middle class, it's going to go to the higher class. Therefore, that's the companies that service those. That's where you need to invest. That's the logic.
Let me clarify. As a percentage, and proportionally, in this, they say that the rich save more, and spend a little bit less, but that in relation to how much they gain in wealth, that it would outweigh the average consumer spending what the average consumer
I think a lot of what they're talking
which
about...
I still think is bullshit.
They're talking about like buying companies and stuff, and that's still considered savings. Investment is savings. So what they're saying is that rich people making more money means there's going to be way more investment, and that's going to be a great thing. Something that should be pointed out, though, is that we already have extraordinarily low interest rates, which means that we're kind of maxed out on the whole investment thing. If there's a reason something's not being invested in, it's not because the capital, it's not because the savings aren't there.
What's flawed with that is, okay, super rich people, okay, you create incentives for them to have more wealth. They're going to continue to live the same quality of lifestyle that they're living because they're super rich. How much more grand can your lifestyle be? So all they're going to do with that extra money is save it or invest it to increase their own profits.
And they'll save it so they can have more rich kids and have them, go to the best schools so they can go to Wall Street, go to wealth management companies, go and do the same old games and really just investing. All investing really is gambling. Like, it's not a skill. You're not producing anything. I mean, you think these people are breaking their backs all day, like doing manual labor, actually producing things. And these people are making hedge fund managers get thousands of times more.
The harder work you do physically, the less you get paid.
Yeah, that's why.
I have noticed that.
Joey knows now. He's got a job.
Joey's got a job.
All right. I want to bring some attention to another part of this memo, entitled "Risks." What could go wrong? Let's see. I didn't have the full text of this article until not long ago, so this kind of jumps in right in the middle of it, but. This is a very interesting line.
Once you put on the Guy Fawkes mask, it increases your computer power automatically, and then you can access those files really easily.
I know, that's what I had to do. That's the key to that. Anyway, so what could go wrong? Risks. What could go wrong in a plutocracy? What could tilt the scales in favor of the 99%, as opposed to the 1%, the 0.1%, the 0.01%, and on, because even within, you guys know about the extreme inequality even in the 1%. You can look at that. It's even more extreme than in the 99 to the 1.
0.1%, man, that's who's raping us.
And you want to know who's raping you is 0.26% of the country. That's not that many people. That's the number of people who spend more than $200 on campaign contributions.
Lawrence Lessig, watch his TED Talk.
Lawrence Lessig.
How much?
0.26% of the people spend more than $200 on campaign contributions.
Well, what were you saying about this document?
I could get into that group relatively easy. It's $201.
Yeah, Bridgemont knows those people.
Yeah, but you got to be consistent. But all right.
Why not?
Go for it.
Why not? I probably get my calls answered more often.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know it.
My Facebook messages won't be. He's just going to ignore it.
Bridgemont. I'm glad I finally got a hold of you.
He's good for 200. He's good. Just send him a Facebook message.
Yeah.
Hit him up on Twitter.
Bridgemont, call me.
All right, so guys, what do you think could go wrong in a plutonomy? All right, so I just want to remember, this is before Occupy Wall Street. This is before the financial crisis of the late 2000s.
Do they predict Occupy Wall Street, like something like that is being a threat?
All right, well, this is exactly what they said. What could go wrong? A policy error leading to asset deflation would likely damage plutonomy. Furthermore, the rising wealth gap between the rich and poor will probably at some point lead to a political backlash. At some point, it is likely that labor will fight back against the rising profit share of the rich, and there will be a political backlash against the rising wealth of the rich. So, asset deflation, the housing bubble, boom. Citigroup saw it coming, actually right at its peak, 2005, 2006. That's when it came out. It was before it popped, but...
All right, there you go.
What are you doing? So right there, Citigroup, political backlash. That was Occupy Wall Street. That's what, and the Tea Party even to a degree. I mean, they called it, and it's still
happening.
Exactly.
So what do we do? Plutocracy is arguably stronger than it's ever been in the United States. What do we do?
Well, you look at what's been done in the past. And what's been done in the past, first people went to the street with pitchforks and cut everybody's heads off. Then they went to the streets with signs and got laws changed. Now,
so we're gonna do signs, right? Signs,
no, not signs. I don't know. We gotta get to
Instagram.
Instagram, exactly. Instant signs, and you get it's literally if you get 100,000 likes on YouTube, people start paying attention to you.
So make Facebook statuses and keep the pitchforks in your garage.
And like Plutocracy now on Facebook.
All right. That's key. That's key.
And watch all these.
Tell all your friends to like that shit too.
Yeah. And watch them on YouTube. Exactly. And more people understand the definition of plutocracy.
That's right.
And it's little things, subtle things like that do have a subtle impact. And a subtle impact, creates rifts and waves.
Yeah.
That's how it begins.
Yeah,
that's how we have
out to quote my favorite book, Cloud Atlas. The best passage of it. What is the ocean but a multitude of drops?
Right.
So think about that.
Real shit. And
real shit.
And that's what we. What are we doing?
I'm telling you, that's the book, man. Corpocracy, dude. That's what that made me realize it too, man. They got visions of the future. I'm telling you, guys got to read it. Everybody, read that book, man. Neosocopras is the future. We will be ruled by the board.
And to answer finally answer that question, what are we doing? We're doing it right now. That's what we're doing. We're doing it right now.
I think this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of 4 people coming together, organizing to create something. And that's really what it takes. Is it's going to take people to come together and create things, to create organizations, to create pressure on their elected representatives.
And it's going to be a bitch.
And one organization that I found, and out of all the research I've done, I think the one organization where people should put their time and energy into is called
the Democratic Party, right?
Of Georgia. The Democratic Party of Georgia.
It's because they're all socialists.
Mike Burline, yay!
Get out of here.
Root Strikers. Root Strikers is an organization started by Lawrence Lessig and one other guy.
And if they had a better name, they'd have a better shot at...
They would, but you go online.
How do you spell that?
Root Strikers, just like it sounds.
Just like it sounds. Okay.
And
striking at the root.
All right.
Thoreau
quote. For every 1,000 men chopping at the branches, there's one chopping at the root.
And the root is plutocracy, if you haven't noticed.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah. So that's the organization I see online that seems the most legit.
All right. Well, while you're talking about this, I'm just gonna say, I don't think people should just focus on what we need is coalitions of every group. People need to realize this influences everything from immigration to prison reform to marijuana laws to the environment to banking to everything. This plutocracy touches everything. It's a giant octopus with its tentacles and everything, sucking the life force out of everything.
Fine.
Just to sell it,
coalitions,
trade it on the market.
But coalitions,
trade it on the free market.